What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Pokey Office. My name is Colin. How much did you say that was? 100% market price? What if I get a couple more cards and add to it? Will you give me a little bit of a deal? No. What? You won't? No. 100%. That's the state of the market right now. People are selling for 100% market price, and at shows, in Facebook groups, online, like, people are asking big money, and you're seeing it on eBay or TCG Player where they have to pay the fees. They're charging more than market price. Like, the market is in a state of frenzy still. We all already know that. But it's kind of changed fairly recently, in my opinion, where people are actually not even willing to nudge. Because you used to be able to, like, message someone, okay, I'm going to take these 5 cards plus this. Any chance you could give me a little bit of a deal, like maybe 30 or 40 bucks off? And they'd be like, yeah, easy sale to get rid of lots of my cards. That takes less work on my part, so I'm willing to do that. That's always the way I've run my business, is selling. It's like, yeah, if you're going to take a whole bunch of stuff, like $1,000 worth of cards, sure, I'll give you a little bit of a deal. That saves me the time and the effort to try and move each individual item separately if someone's willing to take a lot of it. But these days, not a chance. Like, I was just at a card show this weekend vending, and it's so hard to find cards. Specifically, like, the cards that people want. I mean, I couldn't find any red Victinis. I had one that sold within the first hour of Saturday morning. I couldn't find any black Zekrams or white Reshurams. They just weren't in existence. Other cards I was looking for, like Bubble Muse, are not available. Gengar VMAX is not available. So all these big cards, I didn't see very many Team Rocket Mewtwo's. So all of these cards, people just don't have them at shows. Here's my hypothesis. I don't know this for sure, but I think that people are just holding on to these because they're scared of selling right now, scared that they're going to miss out on so much more money a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. Think about it. Like, so much has happened in the last couple months in the summer as people are on vacation, and yet the card market has just gone into a total frenzy over this stuff. We're seeing Bubble Muse eclipsing like $2,000 for the PSA 10. Man, like, back when Paldean Fates was new, this card was an $80 card, and now it's like 900 something. That's Canadian, so I guess it's like $600 or $700 US dollars. It's just outrageous. The Charizard recently from 151 has really spiked, like, in Canadian dollars. Sorry for all the Americans, but I was selling the card for 270 Canadian dollars and couldn't keep it in stock. I was buying it for like 250, not even making a huge profit on it. But recently, like, now it's up to 330 Canadian dollars. So that's a pretty hefty, like, over 20% up in the last 2 weeks. So things are just moving. I have a couple examples here to show you. So these are just some of the ones I thought of off the cusp. Like, there's lots and lots of examples. The entire Pokemon space is moving like this. But the Mew EX, the Scarlet and Violet promo card from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection, just a huge spike recently. It was 26, now it's up to 73. Outrageous. This is the Bubble Mew. Just the last 3 months, it was 300. Now it's at 681. Most recent sales, 715. This thing continues to rise as well. And lots of them are listed at like $800 and $900. 151 Elite Trainer Box, like, it's not just single cards, it's sealed product as well. So the 151 Elite Trainer Box continues to cook. 3 months ago, 233. Now it's 345. Like, what? And look, it's just selling. There's sales. Everyone knows the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, the exclusive. This one's going absolutely bananas. So 3 months ago, 473. It has doubled in 3 months, up to 947. Look at the year graph. It was $100, 548% gain. Just outrageous stuff. Outrageous stuff. This is another one. I have been looking for maybe potentially to add another Gem Mint 10 to my collection of the Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike, and it just continues to climb. Most recent sale, $749. It continues to sell. The Gem Mint 10 is extremely hard to find these days. The Lugia V, my goodness, I just sold one like less than a month ago for 1,200 Canadian dollars. Now, I mean, I've seen them listed at 1,500, 1,700. So this is the thing. People are scared to sell right now because they know that if they just hold on for another week or two, they're going to get more money the way things are going. This card up to 347, so it's a nice gain. Pal the Evolved Booster Box, a little bit of a different graph, but this one continues to climb, selling for $400 right now. The Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer Box, Pokemon Center exclusive, this one has gone absolutely haywire. It was 300 up to 524, but look at the most recent sold, 741. There was one on eBay that sold for over 1,000 Canadian. Paldean Fates, this one's a little bit different because Alex from Nostalgianomics was talking about how this was a discrepancy in pricing, the Paldean Fates booster bundle display, and it's gone absolutely haywire the last week since that video, basically. Whole side rant about that coming up, but last sold on this $1,000, which is just absolutely wild. But it comes back to people are just knowing that they can hold a little bit longer. And if they don't need to pay the bills, or if they don't have an emergency where they need the funds, they just hold a little bit. They're trying to time it perfectly to time that peak market price, which timing is hard. I don't know if anyone's going to get it exactly right. But it's crazy. Like my display case for my vending stuff has just increased in value, even when I sell stuff and then I restock throughout the week. Like right now, I'm going to be honest with you, and maybe this is bad business, but I feel like I'm doing quite well, so feels like I'm doing it right. I'm willing to pay like 90% because the upside is just so huge right now that I'd rather have cards in my display to have as trade bait and to have conversation starters than to have an empty display. So even though I'm paying 90%, yeah, could the market come down? Yeah, and it does. Like I don't win everything, but I usually win like 75% of my decisions. For instance, a bad one I made, I bought the Seismitoad right at its peak. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm also not one to like, oh, I'm into this card for too much, so I'm going to hold my price high, even though the market price, for instance, I bought the Seismitoad at 260 Canadian dollars. I sold one for like 280, so I made $20 on it. And now it's down to like 225 I have it listed for. Canadian, of course. I'm not going to just hold at 260 and not take the loss. If the market says it's worth 225, I'm going to try and sell it for 225 because I'd rather just move on, take a little bit of a hit, and still continue rotating through my display. And I think that's a good way of looking at it personally. If I win 60 to 75% of my takes, that's going to be good. If I can up it to 80% of my takes, that's going to be even better. But 20% over time when I'm buying and selling, or 10% over time compounded throughout a weekend, adds up quite nicely. The crazy thing is, I mean, Alex at Nostalgianomics said that thing about Paldean Fates. And do YouTubers have that much sway? I mean, it's kind of like the evidence says yes, but I mean, that's just the way the market is right now. People aren't willing to do the research themselves. People need to hear that, and then they buy into the hype. And then somehow the hype calms down. Like Seismitoad, everyone was buying in to the fact that it had 666 on it and that it was going to get banned. I mean, it's not going to get banned. Come on, use your head. They already printed this card a lot, and they're out in the wild. They're not going to ban it. But then finally people started realizing, oh, maybe we shouldn't pay this much for this card. And now it's come back down from like 300 Canadian down to 225 Canadian. So down a little bit. But there's other situations where, like Alex at Nostalgianomics talked about the Paldean Fates booster bundle. I mean, Paldean Fates was on the rise, and now... Or sorry, it wasn't on the rise, and now it is completely on the rise because people took notice. Like, Paldean Fates is already old. It's coming up on 2 years in January, I believe. So it's not that far away. And people want what they can't get. So as soon as that snowball starts rolling, then more and more people start buying into it. And that's creating this whole frenzy where the consequence of that frenzy is that people don't want to sell their stuff, because more and more frenzy happens, and then they make more and more money on their stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. It's a short video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. I'll see you again really soon. Peace!